Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's video I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to descale my coffee machine. We count on our coffee maker to brew us delicious coffee every day. But did you know every time you make a pot of coffee, lime scale builds up inside of your machine. This isn't toxic, but it can clog up everything inside and make your coffee machine less efficient. That's why it's very important to clean your coffee machine daily as well as descale it periodically. Daily cleaning helps you to keep up with coffee splashes, oils, and other residues that are easily removed with a quick rinse or a wipe down. Now descaling, it cleans the inside of the machine and removes lime scale buildup to help you get the best possible brew from your machine. So that's exactly what we're going to do and talk about in this video. But before we get started, please be sure to subscribe to my channel down below, hit that thumbs up, and without further ado, let's get started. Now luckily, descaling your coffee machine is actually a fairly simple process, and all you need is a descaling solution and about 30 minutes of your time. You can also use vinegar, or you can use a specialized descaling solution like this. Vinegar is slightly acidic, which helps it to break down mineral buildup inside of your machine. It's a great at-home solution if you don't have an access to descaling solution like this. So I've used it before. I think it works great. However, there are certain brands that will only recommend using that brand specific descaler and will not honor warranty if you use vinegar. So do your research and pick whatever solution you feel comfortable using. For me today, I'm going to use this descaling solution. So let's hop right into the process. Alright guys, so first thing first, make sure everything is empty. The water tank, the carafe, and the basket, just make sure they are empty and place everything back in position. Now I'm going to prepare my descale solution. Always follow the specific instructions on your descaling product as they might differ. For this one, they want me to pour half the bottle in my water tank and add water to completely fill the reservoir to the max line. Now this Breville Precision has a descaling mode. To enter, you just have to press the select button and hold for 3 seconds. Now we enter the descaling mode. This process takes about 15-30 minutes, and during this cycle the machine is going to cycle through the water and solution the entire time, on and off. And once it hits that 15 minutes mark, the LCD will start counting down the time until it's all done, and then the LCD will return to the main menu. Now if your machine doesn't have a descaling mode like my machine does, you can just run the coffee maker as you normally would to make coffee, just this time using the descaling solution and water instead. And make sure you let it sit halfway through the brewing. Just shut it off and let it sit for like 30 minutes, and then you can resume brewing until all the water has brewed through. And after that, you can just brew fresh water a couple of times to rinse it out. Alright, now it is all done. I'm going to remove the basket so we can give it a good rinse, and I'm also going to take the carafe to my sink so we can dump the water and solution out and we can give it a good rinse as well. Now I'm going to unscrew the shower head ring so I can take the shower head to the sink and rinse that as well. Alright guys, so since this water reservoir is not removable, they want you to actually take the machine to the sink and invert it. Literally just flip it upside down, give it a good shake so we can get rid of any residue of the solution that's still in the tank. So make sure you unplug it first. Now before I screw back my shower head, I noticed a lot of coffee splashes here, so I'm going to wipe it down. Alright, that looks better. Now I'm going to screw back my shower head. Alright, now we got everything back in. We have to rinse out the machine. So I'm going to use just plain water, fill it up to the max line. And now I'm going to use the gold setting to run it through and just rinse out the machine. Alright guys, so our first rinsing cycle is now done. I'm going to remove everything, rinse it out, and I'm going to run it again. You should do rinsing at least 2 times. guys, so the second and final rinse is done. Now I'm going to remove my carafe and basket, give them a final rinse, and we are ready to brew a fresh batch of coffee. Now, how often you should descale your coffee machine? It really depends on how often you use it. If you're like me and you use your coffee maker every single day, then you should probably descale it once every couple of months. But if you're only a weekend coffee brewer, you can probably get away with descaling it less often than someone like me. Another consideration is the water type. The harder the water is, the more often you should plan a descale. That's why I really like smarter machine like this, because they generally indicate when it's time to descale, because they are programmed to alarm you after a certain number of coffee brewed. But if you really want this perfect cup of coffee, you really should descale your machine regularly. Not only it will keep your machine in good condition, but it will also make sure your coffee tastes its best. But that's all I have for you guys today. I really hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please thumbs it up, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.